correct. I'm going to fall off. It's going to be slightly awkward here. Basically, what I'm doing to do is move that box. Because up there, there's a couple of energy swords. I'll tell you what, I'll leave it there. Don't really need it because I think they drop off some more weapons for me in a minute, so I can get my shotgun, which is my favourite. My baby. Boom. There we go. But yeah, I know there's it's a little bit controversial still at the minute because I know it looked like visually it looks really rough, but I know that is technically it's actually a quite early build. Because that was meant to have been shown off back in fucking January. Like, it was meant to have been shown off ages ago, but they've not been able to do it because of the old fucking coronavirus that's going around. Which at the moment I'm actually currently I'm currently self-isolating because of that. My dad got great, you just drop them straight on me, why don't you? I'm gonna park these over the shield and hope that nothing bad happens. Yeah, every single time now I have to park them on the shield because stupid stuff like that happens. Come on, you got him? No. There we go. There we are, taken care of. Right. Is there a shotgun? There's a rocket. I get the default sniper. Looks cooler. There's probably some... There's anything bounce down here? No. Where's a BR? There should be some. Well, you got a sniper rifle. Tell you what, hang on. I'll grab this. Where is a marine with a battle rifle? You can hold the rocket. Thanks, Chief. This isn't going to end well. Come on, mate. I should have given it to the SMG guy so that it's actually got a decent enough gun. Oop. Gotta get for not paying attention. But yeah, I think, like, 3 for 3, I still think they do have to prove themselves. I mean, the work that they've done for, like, MCC proves that they care. Considering the fact that they didn't need to come back and revisit it, but they did, and the amount of effort they're putting into it. Like, this thing came out in 2014, it's 2020 now. It's like, latter half of 2020. And they're still, like, pouring in. Like, we just got ODST Firefight put back in. It's all coming onto PC, finally. They do care. They really do care. They just got to prove that they can, like, manage everything. But then I know they've got some of, like, the old guards actually coming back on. I think one of, like, the... I can't remember precisely what he did. I think he was something like the head cutscene guy. So he was essentially, which, considering the way that Bungie kind of worked, kind of meant he was also in charge of like story and everything. Who is he's come back on to help out. Ow. But I'm certainly looking forward to it. I was originally hoping to see if because it was going to be a launch title, so that it's good that they delayed it. I think. Just fucking, like, come on, don't rush people in this fucking, like, nightmare hellscape we've got going on right now. Yeah. Yeah, Ben? I'm looking forward to it still. At least they've got the old art style back, which is quite cool. I like the little grappling hook. Like, that just reminds me of Titanfall 2. I fucking love that game. So I just like the idea that grappling hooks being put into stuff now. I mean, there's one in Doom Eternal which I've not played, but I should be able to do now because Microsoft fucking bought ZeniMax and got every studio under them. So they've got id, they've got Bethesda, they've got Arcane, a couple of other smaller devs which I'm forgetting the names of. Like is it Alpha Dog? I think there's one called Alpha Dog, and there's one which is what was Human Head. So the people that made the original Prey, like back on 360. We've got ZeniMax Online, who I believe are the people that make what's it called? Elder Scrolls Online? They bought a fucking lot, man. Like, I'm kind of, I'm still waiting to see what exactly it is they do with all of them. Because I don't particularly like IPs that weren't exclusive going exclusive. Because it can often mean that there's like, if someone is like it kind of happened at the start of this generation where, I mean, it kind of was sort of undone eventually. Where, what was it? Dead Rising. Where, I mean, if people on PlayStation played and loved the Dead Rising 2 and Case West, then suddenly seeing that the next one is exclusive to Xbox kind of like dicks them over. So I don't really know. I don't know how I would feel about them going exclusive. I did not know that was there. Huh? It doesn't new every day. It's a cool little environment. This it's like a lot of verticality. Oh, my God. Yeah, I don't want to concentrate on it. I think that's all of them. And there's like lots of little weapons like dotted all over the place. Including, what I did know is that there's some round down here. Like if you follow the water all the way down. There's an energy sword. Which I don't really need right now. I think if we can get them slightly back up a little bit, I might be able to get some BR ammo. Okay, shot again. Oh bloody hell, more drones. Look at fucking ODST they've got, some of them have fucking energy shields. Right. There's also Magnum somewhere, but I'm not sure where they are. I can't remember exactly off the top of my head anyway. Where's the BR? Is that up above? Or is it there? I can get back up there. Nope. And I've died. Oh well. Guess I'll see if I can handle more of them from this ledge. Okay, but no, it's just going to spawn me down here. Oh well, fuck it. Fuck it. Wait, it was down here. No, that's the plasma rifle. But yeah, we'll just have to see. Just have to kind of see how it goes. Yeah, as I was saying, yeah, exclusivity. It's, for fuck's sake. I don't like being in the low ground. There we go, maybe. I think this way is progress. Maybe. I don't usually jump down straight away, so it's a bit disorientating right now. Yeah, here's progress. Come on. There we go. Yeah, we just have to see what Microsoft decide to do. I mean, they own Minecraft, and Minecraft is still on PlayStation. They're getting quite pally with Nintendo, like they're letting Nintendo have a bunch of their... Like some of the smaller stuff, like Cuphead, is on Switch. They let them put Banjo in Smash. So we'll just have to see how they use it. But it's also a bit scary because of the whole like Monopoly thing, and I'm like, it's a bit... a little bit worrying that they're getting that much. You know, we'll just see if they buy anything else, which they might do. Like, I didn't mind them buying like some of the smaller studios as much, because I think it's if they stay hands off, which I'm hoping that they do, and they just let the studios like Ninja Theory, for example, if they just kind of like let them make whatever game they want, but give them a decent budget, I think that usually works out quite well. But we'll just have to see. Microsoft did kind of help fucking popularise microtransactions, so who knows? But yeah.
Good. Still no word about Inamber Clad and the current
There we go. But it does mean, like I recently heard in a podcast that some like rumors that were going around about one of the reasons Bethesda games are so buggy and are still using an old shitty engine is actually because the ZeniMax wouldn't actually give them any budget to make anything, like make a new one. And to the point where people are getting so frustrated with it, they're apparently quitting. But, you know, I don't know exactly how like insider sources or anything. This was just what I heard in the podcast. Which are normally pretty... Like, the people in it are always pretty clued up on the industry and the bullshit that goes on they're in. So, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But, yeah. Anyway, you're back inside. Oh, this is the start of the next level.
Watch yourself. Honor guard.
There you go. He's been dealt with. Got him. Got him as well. Yeah, I think this is this cutscene is one of the ones that used to have your own whatever guns you were using would carry over. So if you had like if you had a plasma rifle, in the next cutscene, Chief would be holding one. But now it's because it's pre-rendered, you don't get that. Let's see what it is. I don't actually remember what I'm holding. Probably a BR. It usually is. When it loads eventually. That's one thing I'm going to be happy with, is when I can get something that loads faster than this. I might see if I can get, because I've got Game Pass Ultimate, I might see if I can get Halo on the PC. Because I've got an SSD for that.
Wait, go back. That's what I thought he said. The Prophet of Regret is planning to activate Halo.
Are you sure?
I shall light this holy ring, release its cleansing flame, and burn a path into the divine beyond.
Pretty much.
Commander, we've got a problem.
So I hear. But from what I understand, the Prophet will need an object, the Index, to activate the ring. I've located a library similar to the one you found on the first Halo. If the rings work the same way, the Index should be inside.
I'll bet the Covenant are thinking the exact same thing.
Then we better beat them to it, Sergeant. Extract your men and meet me at the library.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll secure the Index, Chief. You take out the Prophet. He's given us all the intel we need.
There we go. I believe more honor guards now come back in. I think if you start this level, I think you have a shot. No, you might actually have a beam rifle. Because the Chief was holding one of the cutscenes just there. But I forget which. Either way. Man, I love the sniper in this game. Beam rifle. Okay, let's take out the snipers. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Okay, let me see just some little secrets from this area that I know. There we go. Thank you, melee registering. Come in here. Other side of this rubble. Carbine. If you need some carbine ammo. A couple of other stuff. I'll clear out this little area because I'll show you we're using these boxes in a second. We'll clear out. Nearly. Got him. Yeah, if you come in here, we'll clear this out first and they'll come back and demonstrate for you. So I've got all of them. There's quite a few. There we go.
Say goodnight, punk. You're doing awesome.
There we go. Right, if I come back, I think you can actually get to this little place in there as well, but I usually find it easier to do this. Come around here, jump on this box, crouch jump onto the pillar, and up here.
You look a little
You get on this little catwalk around here. And under some of the little corners, as you can see, that's the room where we just were in there. So normally you go through the room, out the door, and then you come out there. But if you see you can come around there, you've got beam rifle ammo. Which is useful because as you can see there's 3 snipers down there. We've got 2 of them. Nearly. An elite, yes. Where are you? Got you. I think he's a bit more overgrown in the old graphics. Hang on. Yeah. They're quite a bit more overgrown. So that's where we came up.
That's it. We got him.
Oh. Graphical glitch. Oh, we should just drop down. I think the Marines should. We go through that. There they are. And there's a needle there if you need it. Either way, we're now going to here. We've now got to wait for the gondola to arrive, which is those things down there. There's plenty of ammo. So we're going to wait for this thing here to arrive. Which you can see it's got the spray, which looks a little bit weird right now. Which didn't have originally because I think they meant to just sort of hover. Oh well. Never mind. I believe these this thing drops off some nasty boys for us to play with. Here they come. Dealt with. Dealt with. Every time they pop in, it's just kind of unfortunate. There's a carbine in the middle, if you want. We're going to drop it almost immediately because I think they give us some more guns in a second.
I apologize. These Pelicans are all the support you're gonna get.
So I wonder why they keep changing it back and the weapon the hunters have back and forth from the the fuel rod, single shotgun, because it was like that in 1, I believe 4 and 5, and there's sometimes in ODST. I can't remember if it was like that in Reach or not. But they keep changing back between that and the beam. Like the assault cannon or whatever it is they call it. Oh, that's the sound of guns arriving.
Launching from the far towers. Big surprise. It's full of Covenant reinforcements.
So SMG on my BR.
Right away, sir.
BR.
Okay, Chief.
You can keep that because it's a bit bigger. Tell you what, you can have that.
I feel much better now.
Hello. That's the sniper rifle. Oh, well, I've blown most things up with this. Come on. Fuck you, D-scoper. Fuck's sake. Wow, I'm missing a lot of this. If I give this... Any other Marines left? I think there's a dude with the... Here you go. No, I want you to hold this. We'll just leave them, 2 of them with that. That'll do. And then we'll just go in close quarters, just to mix it up, because otherwise I'm going to spend this time using the sniper rifle. There we go. Either way, I do love the shotgun. I love it so much. I believe this is the game where it's pretty much because of this game is why almost every time I play something, I nearly always the first thing I will do is go for a shotgun. Largely thanks to this. The lads both in? I think they are. I just gotta wait for this thing to drive across. Fortunately, we've got 2 guys with beam rifles, so they might. Because I believe. Alright. Yeah. This is why it's probably better to have a BR than a sniper rifle in this area. Because you've got drones. Got a carbine on the back in case I need it. Pistol. What has it got in it? 1 mag. Well, yeah, about 1 mag. Okay. Not the best, but it'll do. It'll do. Anyway, these guys here
This
might
lake
have
couldn't
something
been formed
for
by
us.
volcanic action, which means
I
it
don't.
was either built this way on
this one's got
purpose or
drones
was
in.
created by some other cataclysmic
I know
event.
one of them has got drones in, but I forget which.
Sorry, were you trying to kill something?
Yes. There we go. Come on. Come on, all of you.
Stupid animal.
Wait for my shield to come back up. You guys take care of him at all? If they've got snipers, they should be able to. Maybe not. Oh well. There we go, that got him. Back over, and then that'll just sort of... I don't know if that one's moving or staying still, and ours is moving. Oh, I can see it was supposed to be dipping in the water there. It still looks a bit weird. I think it's because it's... The water here looks extremely nice, whereas that just looks fucking awful. Anyway, we're heading towards the central... This gondola... Well... This structure, whatever it is, in the middle. But yeah. So this was never one I played much back in the day. Like, with people. It was mostly just, like I said, me on my own, because it's jungle level, and I fucking love jungle levels. But, you know, there is a skull. We won't be on this difficulty. Come on, hit him. There we go. There's a skull on this structure, at least. Where's that carbine? There it is. Hop on. Yes. There you go, fix that problem. Smash. There we go. Now he point blanked him. Useful. There's also a fuel rod. You guys are meant to be up there. Because they're normally up top. I'll kill everyone in here first. Have that.
That's for my little brother.
Come on. Come on. That's blood. Yeah. Oh, fuck it. Talking time. Oh. Right, I think once I've cleared everyone out in here, might be now.
Ah, now I see.
there.
There's a submerged section that connects these two
Yeah,
to
needles.
the outlying structures.
You need some needle ammo.
Looks like
So I
we're
might,
going
yeah,
down.
grab the needle in a minute.
Unless you prefer to swim.
And I'll show you where there's another weapon that you can grab.
Full cock coming up.
So you can run. What I actually want is this fuel rod. So yeah, I've slightly missed the cue, but you can actually, for some reason. Oops. There we go. You can, when it's coming up, this shaft, you can actually just shoot the top of it, and for some reason the blast goes through the top. So you can shoot grenades on them and all sorts. If you crouch jump up here, you get it to where these fuckers were. Now, you crouch jump up here, and you have to go along the outside of the structure around here. Like I said, it won't be here on this difficulty, but you'll at least be able to see where it is if you ever want to do this yourself. If you've not already found it, that is. Crouch jump up here. Here it is. What is it? Look. This is the one that, it cloaks all of the enemies. And like normally, if you come here on Legendary, which is when... There we go. Got the button to drop it then. If you come here on Legendary, all of the... There's 2 elites stood next to it. Both cloaked, but they're doing the... It's the... They're being stuck panicking animation. Where they just sort of like flail their arms around. And you can... They don't attack you, they just sort of stand there flailing. Either way, that's time for a little relaxing trip. Down we go, lads. Into the water. There we are. If you look at the old graphics, you can't exactly see anything outside, but for the new ones, you can actually see everything.
I've intercepted a secure transmission from Regret's carrier to something called High Charity. It seems to be a formal apology to the prophets of truth and mercy. Apparently, Regret jumped the gun when he attacked Earth. He's asking the other prophets to forgive his premature arrival, arguing that no human presence was foretold. That explains why there were so few ships in his fleet. But it's odd a prophet would have such bad intel about his enemy's homeworld.
They did a pretty good job with the Marines' like armor as well. Like that's how it looked in Halo 2 originally. Also kind of like that in 3 as well. I think they used that style of shoulder pad for something in Reach as well.
You're making me nervous, Chief.
But now they look... I think this actually looks better. It's better than they look in 4 and 5 though. They look awful in there. Carbon under here if you need it. But I won't need it for the minute, I don't think. It's going to be relatively close quarters for at least this corridor anyway. Normally I wouldn't like waste shotgun shells on Grunt, but it's normal, fuck it. Come on. Oh, yeah. But yeah. I think this level we tried to do a couple of times, but it was... Every time we tried to do it, it was always... We always had like very little time. More carbine ammo. Might come back and get that in a minute because this thing's a little low. Where are you? There you are. Yeah, but yeah, because we had so we'd always try and do it when we had so little time. We'd never like actually be able to get to go and fight Truth. Like it's not exactly the best boss. Ooh, terminal. I've never actually gone through and found all of the terminals in. I think I did them all in Halo 3 a while, like back in the day. I don't think I did it on Legendary. But oh, that's the hunt that's showing up again. There we go. Let's dealt with them. But yeah. It's always a case of like we'd never end up getting to like finish the levels we wanted to do. Like we barely ever got to ever fight the Scarab that much. All kinds like that was unfortunate. Do I want this? I'll give it to one of the Marines. Yo.
Sir, are you sure about
I'm gonna grab because there's only one shell left. Where's that carbine I saw? Is it in here? There it is. Some ammo. I'll pick up some more for this as I go. Anyway, it's then the end of here is where we want to go. Sometimes he does like a little
People
speech.
say I've got a big head.
And then, yeah, Cortana quotes that. Oh, they've got a... Come on, stick your head out. I know you're up there. Where are you? Unless you've blown him up, which I doubt. Ah, fuck it. There he is. Yeah, pummeled now. There we go. You're dead now. And back into one of these corridors. Where they're all fucking invisible now. I can't see them that well. Ah. You can see them better in the old graphics look, because it's... Well, everything's less detailed, so the slight wobbling shows up better. I have a feeling he's not going to actually even fire that gun, he's just going to stand there and die. Come on, you have a fuel rod. Well done, imbecile. Prick with an energy sword one's in here as well, so there he is. And nothing to do with him. Now leave that. I'll leave it. You've got another little gondola ride now. I have a feeling that other marine is dead, so I'm just going to hit the button. I'm not going to fucking wait for him. They don't survive very long anyway. Which is unfortunate. Wow, look at the waveform where yawns it's quite something.
Regret's carrier just received a response from High Charity. A very well encrypted message from the Prophet of Truth. Listen to this. Your haste has jeopardized the fulfillment of our covenant, threatened our grand design. That you shall be spared a public display of our contempt is thanks only to Mercy and his wise counsel. Truth, Mercy, Regret. 3 prophet hierarchs. Killing Regret should shake up the covenant leadership. But frankly, it sounds like you might be doing Truth a favor.
And I am, because he's pretty much just trying to off the. He's pretty much just waiting for the opportunity to off the other two, and then it's just going to be him at the top of the entire thing, on his little path to it, attempted path to godhood. Smack. Ah, that's your sword.
I see you.
You don't see anything, mate. You're dead. I think there's carbine arrow in here somewhere. Maybe I'm just imagining it. Oh, there's ammunition outside. Let's mix it up a little bit, shall we? With another needler. Yes, boy. Here we go. Not done this for a while.
Every member of the covenant shall walk.
Actually, shouldn't be too bad against drones. Just stay home.
Great journey. Doesn't he know what these rings do?
Evidently not, Cortana. I believe that they worship like the Forerunners, because the ship you see at the centre of High Charity, which you get a good look at later, that's one of the old Forna key ships. Well, it's a dreadnought, and I believe that one actually contains a bit of an old Forerunner AI called Medicant Bias. It has like a fragment of it. He was pretty much like set up to essentially like run the Empire, and then ended up actually siding with the Flood